ho ho! Welcome back to the channel. So, before I get too long-winded, which I always do, I'm going to do a touchless wash on the coupe. Reason being, I've been doing some polishing, trying to get the paint ready for my Colonite video. So shout out to Colonite. I probably will not make the June deadline for your video, which I set. Looks like I'm about 2 weeks out on the prep on this car still. Started tinkering with it yesterday, playing with the rotary a little bit. Did a little bit of DA work. I'm only about 20% of the first step. So I'm not completely satisfied with how everything's looking right now. Even though this car looks good from a distance, when you get into the paint, there's a lot of like maybe years of overspray, and there's some nicks and maybe some nibs and some scratches and some transfer. There's a lot on this paint anyway, and I want to get the paint as good as I can get it, which won't be perfect, but it'll be good before I put the Colonite on it. So probably next month sometime. And I hate to do that because I did set a deadline for June, thinking that 3 or 4 weeks would be enough, but once I started on the paint, it's just not enough. Anyway, let's look at some of the progress. So I started doing some rotary work on this fender, and my rotary hand is terrible. You're probably going to see some buffer trails, and I even used the finishing pad on that. So I'm obviously going to have to go over that again with a DA, probably some D1 and a soft pad. And I just don't want to wax it with the buffer trail. I can see some smearing and some buffer trails kind of in there. But overall, the fender does look better than this side. Even though this is dusty, you can see all the micro marring and lub marks, swirl marks, whatever you want to call that. This fender looks a lot better, a lot clearer. Then I did some up here on the roof. Just started today on the roof a little bit. Did below this little window. Behind that window, I think I need another step or two there. Probably going to do maybe 2 more steps on this with the DA, because I want it looking really good right before I wax it. So did this quarter panel. Again, this is 1 step. And then back here I did some more rotary work, and you can see the hazing and then where I missed some spots. So definitely that's why I need more work on the rotary and on the DA, but you can definitely see my buffer trails in there, right? Pad marks where I'm not finishing down good enough. So this will need to be hit again, or 2 more times, maybe even 3 more times with a DA. But there is some progress. I don't know. See, there's still some swirling in there too, but look at how bad it was. See how bad it was? So that's what I'm dealing with. A little bit clearer, right? So anyway, it's a work in progress, labor of love, honestly. It's going really slow, but I'm enjoying it. I'm actually not rushing it, not feeling rushed at all, because I want this thing to look really nice when I'm done. So anyway, did a little hand polishing on that wheel. Probably as shiny as I want them. I don't know if I want to go for mirror gloss or not. Plus, I may not be able to get mirror gloss. Been a long time since I've worked aluminum. Anyway, guys, I want to sit you down here. We're going to do a touchless Stars and Stripes by ChemX on this bad boy. That's dried out polish. It's about 85 out here today in California. And I've been wanting to experiment with this stuff on a hotter day, just so I can see how it behaves. So from here on out, not a lot of talking, just work. Let's see how it goes. Here we go. Yeah, now that the sun's hitting it wet, a lot of little pad marks, swirl marks in there. Got a lot of work to go yet. All right, see what we can do. Just so you know, I don't know if you're asking or wondering, but it's Stars and Stripes touchless wash. Never done it in a hotter day. It's kind of hotter than I've done it in, so I want to see how the soap behaves and what it does to the paint. About 85 in direct sun. Kind of nervous, to be honest with you. Get you a meso valve, make it easier on you. Let's go. A little nervous because it's hot. I'm going to do about that much and hit it again. Don't get hooked on a palm tree or a sago. Now rinse. Let's do it. On these kind of soaps, you may want to rinse bottom up, just so you can track what you hit. Helpful. And that sago aren't going to get along today. On this one, man. I got a lot of wind blowing soap where I don't want it. It's definitely hotter than I've ever used it, so do the best we can, see what happens. Yeah, that's a bad idea. toast. I hope not. Oh boy. I think I screwed the pooch on that one. But the reason I didn't soap the roof on this side is I didn't want it blowing over and sitting on the work truck, right? It's not my pickup. My boss might fire me. We don't want that. Okay, so hang in there, guys. I'm going to keep rinsing, get all the soap off, and I'll dry it, and we'll walk around. Fast forward. This part's pouring. Fast forward. Good strip wash because that paint's flat right now. yeah, a lot of buffer trails here. Definitely going to be another step or two with the DA. 100%. This hood needs it bad. This hood's in bad shape. Water spots, staining, streaking. It's got all kinds of carbon. For 30 years this paint is set. Wasn't washed or detailed much in 30 years, so it's got a lot of contaminants on it. All right. Yeah, bad buffer trails over there. Bad, bad, bad. Guess I could just drive it at night only with no lights. All right. Boring video, right? But it did its job. And yes, I'm 50 and fat, so if I'm breathing a little heavy, you can definitely make a comment like, "Fat boy, get in shape." I hear you. All right, so buffer trails over here bad, but look, pretty squeaky clean. Touchless, no brushes, no mitts. Yes, I need to do the inside glass. Bad buffer trails. Doug, you suck on a rotary. Holy cow. Yeah. So see, I did 2 steps here. I need to do more with the DA because I'm terrible with the rotary. The fender looks okay because I touched on it a little bit with a DA. But this is 100% touchless on 30-year-old paint. Not that that matters. I mean, the paint was cured, right? This fender looks pretty good, and I did only rotary on this. But over here off to the side, I can see some buffer trails, so yeah, some buffer trails here. Anyway, definitely, so be a little delay on the other video, guys, but there you go. There you have it. That's what a touchless wash will do in the heat. Just be smart and pre-rinse, kind of cool the paint. Move as fast as you can. If you're not breathing a little bit heavy, you're probably doing something wrong, right? You gotta move. You gotta move. And I only have a 2 gallon per minute 1800 PSI machine, so if you got a big bad boy that's like 3.5, 4 gallons per minute and 4,000 PSI, makes the rinsing a lot quicker. So look at this hood. See what I'm talking about? Looks almost like it's got some overspray on it too. So it's a lot to be done.